Hello everyone, this is Nikki Kaysen. While you may not believe it, today is actually March the 25th and we're going to have a nice little chat about how art and the entertainment industry mix. Now, in order to complete this amazing podcast, I conducted an interview with Dr. Ben Urish. He is a professor at Full Sail University. He teaches about the effect of pop culture on today's society. So since he studies these effects, I thought it would be neat to talk to him on how visual media affects people in the industry. Now, I asked him a few questions, the first being how visual media affects consumers and him in his profession. The best thing he said to me in response to this is, the visual arts have the potential to be a strong means of transcultural and intercultural communication and expression. He also mentioned the way visual images help to enhance marketing tactics. This is a very important thing. What he's saying is that the use of visual media helps bridge a gap that would be impossible to get through without. In terms of marketing, the use of visual media makes it easier to get your message across to consumers. When you think about your favorite ads, the first thing people generally think of is what they saw. Next, I asked the good doctor about whether being able to get media instantly has had a positive or negative influence on the industry. His response here was the images don't matter in the big picture. It's the fact that we can now get things right now is what matters and will stand the test of time. The technology in order to make images go viral is what matters, not the images themselves. Going along with that, I asked what types of images he sees going throughout the industry. He talked about the way we utilize tools to create and touch up photos. He says this shows that in today's culture, we all tend to be shallow and uninvolved in our culture, when the most shared photos in the way of advertising showcase angry or grumpy cats and adorable babies. Other than the uses listed, I asked if there were any images that were popularized by the industry that he could note. I loved his response. He said that nowadays advertising picks up on cultural concerns. They reinvent the stereotypes of the female body, ethnic acceptability, ageist appropriateness, class boundaries, and family structures. Now, some of these things are great, like showcasing the new family structure of including the LGBT families, but we have also advertised that females who don't look like they're 90 pounds aren't attractive. Now, once we talked about the effect on people, we talked about some of his favorite visual artists. My favorite that he said was Dr. Seuss. He says he believes in artists that push the boundaries of society. He said it is important to do so because that's how we develop and know what our boundaries as a society are. Finally, I asked Dr. Urish how the knowledge of famous artwork and artists has influenced his creative process. He remarked on the art of Dadaists being an influence. He said that while they were trying to go outside of known categories and become original, they created an entirely new category that they fit into, and that the irony was just too much not to mention when it came to art. Now we're at the end of our artistic chat. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thanks for listening.